Hi all, welcome to my channel BA Coder. Hope you all are doing good. So in the previous video we have seen introduction to C programming, its advantages, disadvantages, history, feature and applications. So in this video we'll see what are the steps we need to follow to write a C program and get the desired output. So for any C program, in order to write and get the desired output, whether it is a small C program or it is a large C program, these are the 4 steps. We need to follow these 4 steps to get the output, to write the C program and to get the output. So we'll see what are those steps. The first one is create, second is compile, third is execute or run, fourth one is get the output. So now we'll see in detail what these 4 steps contain. So first one is create. Here we create the code or set of instructions that we want to get, and these instructions may include mathematical or logical operations. So after creating the program, we need to save the file using .c or .cpp extensions. So for example, if you want to write code for sum of two numbers, so we here in this create step, we write a code for that sum of two numbers. Okay. So this code what we write may be mathematical or logical operations as well. So the main step here is after we write the code for the sum or addition or whatever you want to run, we need to save that file. So that file we need to save by using dot extension or dot cpp extension. So for example, for addition of two numbers, you want to save that file as addition, so you will save it as addition.c. Okay. Now the second step is compile. So during compilation, the code which we have written is converted into machine language and .obj file is generated. And if there are any syntactical or structural errors in the code, the compiler shows it to the user or programmer. So why we actually compile a C program? So as I said, the programming languages which we write are in the high level. So these high level languages, it will not be understandable to the computer. So during compilation, when we compile our code, these high level languages will be converted to the computer languages. So whenever the program which we have written, if there are any errors, suppose you have missed a semicolon or any syntactical error, so the compiler will show it to the programmer. So you need to correct it. And if everything is correct, then .obj file is created. That means of the program which we have written, so this .obj file is created. So the program which we have written is successfully converted into the machine language. Okay. So see here, if the source code is error free, the object file is created. So to compile a C program, we use Alt F9 in Turbo C software and F9 in Dev C++. So there are also many softwares where we can write and get the output in C. So the one is this Turbo C or Dev C++. We can use any of this. So if you use Turbo C, in order to compile a C program, we use Alt F9. So and if you use Dev C++, you can use F9 to compile the program which you have written. The third step is execute or run. So if the code is ready and error free, so whenever we compile, if it is ready and it is error free, then we can execute the program. If there are any errors in your program when you compile, then you cannot execute and you cannot get the desired output. So if the code is error free only, we can execute it. Then it is ready to execute to get the desired output. And we can run the program using Control F9. So in order to execute our program, we use the command Control F9. So okay, at the time of execution, what will happen? This .exe file is generated and linking process is done here. So whenever you execute the program using Control F9, .exe file will be generated, and here linking process will be done whenever you try to run the program. The fourth step is get the output. At this stage, we get the output for the source code we have written. So at the last step, whenever we execute, we get the desired output. For suppose you have written the code for some addition of two numbers. So the output will be addition of two numbers. Okay. Now let's discuss the structure of C program. So this is the structure of C program. The first section will be documentation or comment section. The second is link section or precursor directives. The third one is definition section, global declaration section, main section, subprogram section. Now we'll see what these sections consist of. So first one is documentation or comment section. The documentation section is the part of program where the programmer gives the details associated with the program. So this is mainly used to comment. Suppose you are trying to write a multiplication of two numbers, suppose. So you will give the comment. So this program is multiplication of two numbers. This section is mainly for the user understanding. Okay, see, there are two types of comments in this: single line comment, multi-line comment. Single line comment is used to comment one line, where multi-line comment is used to comment more than one line. See, here is the example. See, like this comments. This is single line comment. You need to give double slash. Okay, see, this is sum of two numbers. This is the code. See, these two numbers will be stored in C. Multi-line comments will be declared like this. See, the product of two numbers, the sum of two numbers, and you write here the code. And the main thing here is the compiler will ignore this comment line section. Okay, these sum of two numbers, if a compiler come across such lines, so this will be ignored and this line will be compiled. So these comment line sections will not be compiled by the C compiler, and it will be ignored. Okay, this is only for the user understanding. So the next section is link section. This part of the code is used to declare all the header files that will be used in the program. So C language consists of predefined functions or header files that are defined already in the C. So this, for example, here I have given /include stdio.h. So here we declare all the header files in this section. So the third one is definition section. In this section we define different constants, the keyword used in this parts. Okay, the keywords are defined in this. See, for example, here I have given define pi 3.14. So this is the constant, right? It is for pi. So here like that we define the constants and keywords that we want to use in the program. So the next section is global declaration section. So all the global variables used are declared in this part. So here if suppose what the global declaration actually means is that, suppose in your program for all the functions you want to use the same variable. So that variable you need to be declared it as global. That means that global variable will be accessible to the all functions. So these global variables and functions you will be very well understand in the further videos when I discuss about functions. So in that topic you will be understanding this global declaration section. So example of this is you declare like this, float area int. So this float area will be accessible to all the functions in your program. The next one is main function. Every C program needs to have a main function. So there will be two types of function. First one is main function. It is very important in every C program. There should be compulsorily there should be a main function. Okay, each main function contain two parts, the declaration part and the execution part. So this is the main function in main. Like this, if you want to print this 10, so you give it here, the declaration you will print here and the output will be 10. Okay, the next section is subprogram section. All the user defined functions are defined in this section. So here all user defined functions will be allowed. So for example, int add, this add is not in the it is not predefined, it is the user defined. You are declaring this int add. So like this, if you want to give a function, this will be very well explained in the functions topic. Okay, at that time you will be understanding this. So for this this is the subprogram section. So here is the sample C program to print a hello world. So here you want to print a hello world. So this is the comment section. As I told you, this is for user understanding. So you are printing a hello world. Okay, now you will give the /include stdio.h, which is the link section, and this is the main function. So you will print the hello world and the output will be hello world. Okay. So now I'll practically show you how to print a hello world in C. Okay, so here I'm using Dale C++. You can also use Turbo C++, or you can also do it in Visual Studio Code. Okay, for first, now to create a file we need to go to file, click there, new, open source file. Okay, so here we need to write a code. So now first I'll write the code /include stdio.h in main. So this is our main function. Now here I'll print the hello world. So for printing we use printf function. So hello world. Now we need to give semicolon. This printf function is a predefined function, so it is already present in this stdio.h library. So we need to provide semicolon. And what does this semicolon? And if you didn't give this semicolon, you will get an error. Why? Because by giving this semicolon, you are telling the compiler that this is the end of this line, and you can go to next line for compilation. Okay, so return 0. That means we are not returning anything to these functions. So for this main function. Okay, so now I'll compile this. For compiling, we use this here. See, you can see here compile. So yeah, first before compiling, I said that we need to save the file. So here you can choose anywhere. So I am doing it in documents. Here you need to give the name of your file name. So I'll give it hello world dot cpp. I said you that cpp is an extension. So in order to save this, we need to give dot extension. Now we'll click on save. Now this file is saved. So see, here we got 0 errors and 0 warning. So there are no errors, and compilation successfully compiled. So now we can run this. See, here you can see run F10 run. See, hello world. This is our output screen. Output screen we got hello world. So this is the way how we'll print a hello world. So now, for example, if we remove this /include stdio.h, we'll see what will happen. Control S, I'm saving it. See, you got an error. See, printf was not declared in this scope. That means this printf is present in /include stdio.h library. So this link function, link section is really important. Okay, now I'll give this /include stdio.h. Right, again you need to save this. Save. Now I'll compile it again. See, now error free. So this is very important, you need to remember this. Okay, so this is for today guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.